Hello, tubers. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Cooper and Brooke's live stream. And thank you all for joining us. As today on the banner it says, why expats are leaving Philippines for Thailand. And we're going to get into some hard truths here. And to start the show off, and of course, all comments are welcome, and put your feelers in. Also, today in the start of the show, something bad happened, and that is that Darlene's brother had a motorcycle accident. Okay, and he had a motorcycle accident a couple of days ago through his own fault. He was showing off. Okay, and he was driving too fast in a residential area, and he lost control. Now, what happened was he was taken to hospital, to government hospital, Brooke, and they did a CT scan on him. All right. They think he wasn't wearing a helmet. So they thought that, there could possibly be brain damage. And they told the family that it's going to be 4 to 5 days before they get the results of a CT scan. So they couldn't do anything for him, just leave him for 4 to 5 days. Well, we know in the West, 4 to 5 days can be the difference between life and death.
Yeah.
And this was at a government hospital in the Philippines. And it made us all angry. And the family took him out of the hospital, went to 3 other hospitals, and they rejected him. Said, nope.
Full up?
You can't come in. Yeah. Whether it was a case of full up or whatnot, we don't know.
But they
just said, nope, we don't want him here. So they went to a private hospital. And the only way they can get them into the private hospital is they had to lie and say this was the first hospital they were taking them to.
Okay.
Because if they told them they went to 4 other hospitals, they would have rejected them at the private hospital too.
Yeah.
So, anyways, he's in the public hospital, and he's got to pay 70,000 pesos before they'll even let him inside.
This is a private one.
In the private hospital,
yeah, okay.
That he's at now. So he had to pay 70,000 pesos. His family had to go to the ATM machine, before they'd even treat him.
A little under what?
So he's in the emergency room in the hallway.
Yeah.
And they're not even going to treat him until he pays 70,000. Well, he's got the money. He owns his own business. Yeah. All right. So, anyways, he's in the hospital now. And now they're saying that he's got a fractured skull, and they may need to operate. He's got bone that's penetrated the skin on his face, and he may be blind in one eye.
Really? Oh, man.
Yeah. So it's not looking very good for him. And that brings me up to a lot of Filipino vloggers in the Philippines. Why do they always come to Thailand when they need any medical treatment?
That's true. I've read that.
All the YouTube vloggers I used to watch in the Philippines every year would come to Thailand and get their medical done.
Medical checkups, whatever.
Medical checkups.
Yeah.
Any medical procedures they need, they come to Thailand. Well, if the Philippines is so great, why the heck are they coming to Thailand for their medicals?
Better quality here. You can definitely see it. I've been inside the Philippine hospitals, not that I needed any work done, but, visiting, a patient friend.
Yeah.
And, you could definitely see the difference once you're there going into those hospitals versus here.
Yeah.
We did our checkups at the Jomtien one, just, blood work, stuff like that. We're new to the country. Boy, was I impressed with the cleanliness and state-of-the-art equipment. It's more like a professional hospital you'd see in the West.
Right.
And then we get down to Bangkok where all the specialists are. There I did get, some ear issues looked at and got it rectified quite easily. And Jesus, it was nowhere near the cost that they wanted. Even when I had my bike dust up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was pennies compared to what the Philippines were looking for. But mind you, I didn't get admitted. It sounds like, he has to stay overnight for.
He's been there for 4 days already.
4 days already. Wow.
4 days already. 3-4 days.
Yeah.
And I had to go to the hospital in the Philippines, and I'm type 2 diabetic. So I needed to get my medication renewed. So we had a hospital right outside the gated community where we lived. And while we're at the hospital, that we go to reception, they tell us go up to floor number or whatever it was. I think it was 4th floor, 5th floor. And the queue there was phenomenal.
Yeah.
We got a number. We ended up waiting for 4 hours to see the doctor. And then at the end, they told us, no, the doctor's going home for lunch. You need to come back tonight. So we go back at 8 o'clock at night. And then we get another number. And again, we waited another 3 hours to see the doctor. Now, this is only for a prescription.
For a prescription only.
That's it, for a repeat prescription, because I'm diabetic. I needed my medication. And I'm on 4 different medications. And it took me 7 hours total to see the doctor. What's he do? He gives me a 30-day prescription. So I've then got to repeat this in 30 days' time. So anyways, we leave. I get my medication for 30 days. Next month, I'm back in there again. And again, I'm waiting 4 hours to see the doctor. But this time I was lucky to see him before he went home to lunch. And I said to the doctor, I said, hey, can you give me a 3-month prescription so I don't have to come back here and sit here for 4 hours to wait for you? And he did. He was nice enough. He gave me a 3-month prescription. He said, that's the maximum I can do. Now, on the flip side of that coin, we've been in Thailand now for 8 months. And in the 8 months we've been here, I've never had to see the doctor for a prescription for my diabetic medication. I can go to any pharmacy here and buy it over the counter without a prescription. So a super plus right there for Thailand.
Yeah.
I don't have to waste my time at the hospitals. I don't have to waste my time waiting to see a doctor. I can get my prescriptions every 6 months. I go for a medical, and if my prescriptions need to change, they can tell me then, and then I can change my medication accordingly, but still buy it over the counter here. I don't have to go to the hospital or the local doctors to get a prescription, which is an absolute bonus in my opinion. And a lot of people leave the Philippines. Expats leave the Philippines to come to Thailand because the infrastructure there just doesn't work.
Correct.
You know, we were getting a lot of people now reaching out to us via email, say, hey, I'm in the Philippines with my wife and my child. Yeah, I'm looking to come to Thailand. How hard is it to get to Thailand? You know, I'm tired of the brownouts. I'm tired of the internet not working and going out. You know, I'm tired of the prices going up. The Philippines is getting expensive.
Yeah.
The food there is more expensive than it is in Thailand.
I believe that.
You know, the fruit, the vegetables, the meats, everything is going up there exponentially.
Even the accommodation prices are going up from what I've heard.
Yeah.
Talked to some friends back home there.
Now, you lived in the Philippines for a year.
I did.
Where we're living right now at Dusit Grand Part 2. Have you ever seen any accommodation like where we are right now in the Philippines?
No. Now, I haven't been to the so-called nice places, BCG, I think it's called. BGC, and Makati's another area. But there, it might be nicer accommodations than where we were in General Trias. But the prices are like double or triple what we were paying. So, you know, it's a trade-off. And but overall, the infrastructure is way better here. Dollar for dollar, better value here, in my opinion, quality-wise. And things work here. Yeah. It's not like, as Bob said, Bob lived in the Philippines for 5 years, Dumaguete area. Yeah. And he's tickled pink. He says, I'm never going back. Nothing works. You know, so just one man's opinion, but I said he deserves a medal for 5 years. But yeah, having seen, I mean, my first exposure to Asia was in the Philippines. Right. And, you know, I went there for, you know, specific reasons. And, you know, I'm glad I did. Don't get me wrong, because at least I was exposed to, you know, that aspect of life. But compared to Thailand, you're much better in Thailand than the Philippines for a lot of reasons that expats in the West would look to do or look for. Better infrastructure, better roads, better healthcare for sure. Yeah. And yep. Anyways, it's I read this and I hear this. The migration from the Philippines to Thailand is increasing, and you can see why.
Yeah, exactly. And another thing is the traffic. I always hear about the traffic. People say, I'm sick and tired of the traffic. It's bumper to bumper everywhere you go.
No rhyme or reason. There's no stoplights, no yield signs, virtually, And I mean, how they do it in and out, like, it was amazing to me when I first landed. I said, to the driver going home, from the Manila airport, I ain't never driving in this country.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you get, now after about 3 months, you realize, maybe I could get a scooter and, put up with this stuff. But you get to the Thailand and you realize, Jesus, traffic runs smoothly here.
Yes.
The traffic lights work. It's a common sense approach to traffic. The roads infrastructure is fantastic. You know what I mean? And so it's just, as you said, traffic's better regulated here, better, run smoother.
And then there's the food aspect. You're going to find in the Philippines, now I've lived there for 2 years. Brooke lived there for a year. So we're not talking out of our buttholes here. We're actually talking from experience. And you're in the Philippines, the food there for Westerners. Now I'm talking Western food, not the Filipino food. They don't have a lot of it.
Not a lot of choice.
There's not a lot of choice. And you may find one supermarket that you go to, it's got your product. You go there a month later, sorry, sir, out of stock.
Out of stock.
That's all you're going to hear. And me being a type 2 diabetic, I use what's called a Libre sensor. It goes on my arm here. I'm able to scan my blood sugar constantly. For me, the biggest turnoff for me was when I was in the Philippines and I went to Mercury Drug and I bought 2 of them. They last for 2 weeks each.
Yeah.
And then you change it. And I went back a second time and they said out of stock. Well, that means I got to go back to the old way of doing things, with a needle, pricking my finger and doing the glucose sugar test that way. And to me, that was a pain in the neck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep pricking my finger to get my blood sugar test. The Libre sensor made all the difference. I could scan it any time of the day. I'd scan it at night before I go to bed. I'd scan it in the morning when I woke up, and it would tell me what my blood sugar was throughout the night. And I took my medication accordingly. Well, when they run out and they say they're out of stock, that puts my health at risk.
Yeah.
And that was one of the biggest factors of why I left the Philippines, because of my health. I'm concerned about my health. I want to live a prosperous, long life. I want to be there for Darlene and the kids. If I can't get the medical products that I need, then the Philippines is no longer for me. I had to look at other options. Here in Thailand, I don't have a problem. I've never, ever been anywhere where they've said, sorry, sir, out of stock, or no, you can't get this. So let's go on today's live show. We've talked long enough and see who we got online. Lost Boy says, hello everyone.
That is a no-brainer.
Yes, it is. And a lot of people are leaving the Philippines for Thailand. They are. I get it constantly in my emails. People are like, Cooper, I can't handle this anymore. Bobby was the longest person I'd ever met that stayed in the Philippines.
5 years.
5 years. Most people, they'll go over there, they'll stay a month, 2 months, 3 months. An initial going over on vacation is a fantastic place to go to. But when you're thinking of retiring there and living there, it's a different kettle of fish.
No. Ed says, I'm here. Party has started. Correct, Ed.
And welcome, Ed. Thank you for joining us.
Roger Walker. Good morning, Cooper and Brooke and everyone. Thumbs up.
And thank you, Roger. Yeah. Darlene's in the bedroom doing the channel moderating.
Lost Boy. Hello, everyone. Sorry for Darlene's brother.
And thank you for that, brother. Really appreciate it. Yeah, we still don't know how well he's doing. They're still waiting to see. They got to wait for the swelling to go down on the brain before they'll know and they can do anything more for him.
He's young and he's fit, So yeah, if anybody can do it, he can. Tommy Lee, good afternoon, evening, and morning, guys.
So and good morning, Tommy. Thank you for coming on and joining us, brother.
Tommy, glad to see everyone is doing well. Gary Hart, hello, Coop, Darlene, and Brooke. Sorry to hear about Darlene's brother. Wishing him the best, and we'll keep him in our prayers.
Thank you for that, Gary. Much appreciated.
The poor man's passport guide. Prescriptions are important for me.
And they're very important to me too. When I go to the pharmacy, I expect to get what I need. And when they tell me, sorry, sir, we're out of stock, or I've got to drive 30 miles away to the next pharmacy to be able to get them because they don't have them in our area.
Yeah.
Now, what the pharmacists will do is they'll check, give Mercury credit. They'll check on their system. And if they got it within their radius to other shops, they can get it over to you within the next day or two. But if they don't, you then got to travel 30 miles out of your area. And I did that more times than I'd like to mention.
Yeah.
You know, and that was too much for me. What if you're retired and you rely on public transportation? How are you going to get that 30 miles away to get your medication? And what if it's something like for a heart condition, you know, or anything else, and you find that you can't get it? Well, that could be you gone.
I take a blood pressure pill, as most people or a lot of people in our age bracket do. I obviously need to lose a few pounds, which would, you know, help with that issue. But what I was amazed with, Coop, is that I initially went to the hospital to get a prescription. And okay, you wait, see the doctor, and it was fine. It was a jumped in and similar. He tried the 30-day, and then, you know, I talked him into the 90. But I find out afterwards I can buy that prescription over the counter at the local drugstore.
Yes.
In the same form, same pill, same everything. And I'm thinking, Jesus, I would have saved a trip to the hospital, trip to the doctor, you know, pay a little extra for that. But I will say he did check the pressure and looked at he knew the, you know, the medication I was on. So, but going forward, you better believe it. I'll be going to the, you know, the local drugstore and just getting it refilled, and once a year get it checked to see. But
but you went there and he checked it and he told you what medication to be on. Now, how long were you in the hospital for?
Well, here in I'm talking now in Jomtien here. It was quick. Like they're efficient. You know, you do a check-in at the front, and you know, just some sort of ID, driver's license, all I used, and that was fine. Okay, go have a seat over there, sir. And they you know, they'll walk the paperwork over. You have a seat. Less than 5 minutes, and the nurse is coming up. Okay, they're taking your blood pressure,
right?
And just okay, you can have your seat again. The results, and you know, the doctor will be in there, and maybe another 10 minutes because it was a, you know, they had a queue there, but it wasn't long, and I'm sitting in front of the doctor within, you know, 15-20 minutes of arriving, and I'm out the door within 30 minutes. You know what I mean, with prescription filled and on my way home. So. I did have
in and out.
Yes. Now I had an experience at that hospital you mentioned outside our community back home
in the Philippines.
Yeah, I had been diving with Cooper at the Subic Bay, and geez, I ended up with a damn ear problem. I didn't, you know, whatever, just to the pressure, and it didn't go away. So I went in there. And I know what you mean. Sit and wait. You know, hurry up and wait. You know, is basically what it was. And finally, I do get in to see this guy. Well, guys, he's you know, a third my age, and I'm thinking, I wonder how trained this guy is. But he was a good guy, seemed to know his business. So I thought it was a plug deer. He looked in, he said, "No, you got fluid behind the ear channel." So, but is it safe to fly? Because we were flying out shortly, and yeah, he put me on a steroid, and that was fine. But it was still here, and then jumped in. They got it all fixed up, you know, in Thailand. Bobby 57. Good morning, Brooke, Cooper, Darlene. Bob's in the house.
And welcome, Bob. Thank you for joining us, brother.
Bobby gets the medal, guys. Okay. Yeah. Tommy Lee, regarding medical, do you worry about fake or imitation medication?
Out here in Thailand, no, I don't, because we're going to registered pharmacies to get it. I wouldn't buy it from a street vendor. That's for sure.
No.
Even though they do sell Cialis and Viagra and stuff
supposedly
like that on the street. They'll come up to you if you're sitting outside one of the bars or something, you know, with a basket. Hey, you want to buy some of this? And you can buy it at the pharmacy. But no, I don't have a problem trusting the medication here in Thailand. It is absolutely excellent medication. Never had an issue with it, Tommy. So rest assured, and it's available. That is the main point of today's conversation, is the medication here that you want is available when you need it. Don't need a prescription. You just go to the pharmacy, said, I'm type 2 diabetic, I'm on X, Y, and Z medication, and they will give it to you over the counter. It's that simple. Very rarely have I had to go to the doctor here for an actual prescription that they don't sell in the pharmacy. And that's because I've had this knot on my back, and I put this patch on there, and it helps. It goes direct to the knot. And they don't sell that in the pharmacy. I had to go to the hospital for it. And they gave me a 4-week supply, which is absolutely great. Again, I was in and out in 15 minutes. So no problem there. I don't mind doing that. You
need a chiropractor, fix that issue.
Yeah.
My opinion. Jeff Sigler. Hello, Cooper, Brooke, and Darlene. Hello, Jeff.
And welcome to the channel.
Steve Sun. Hello, good evening.
And good evening to you.
John Vinsky. Hello, guys. Couple new names on.
Good. Yeah. Thank you for joining us, all of you.
Rob, good morning. Australian expat living in the Philippines for 18 months, moving to Thailand on Friday for all the reasons you have been talking about.
And there you go. There's another one.
18 months, Robbie. Wow, you've done well.
Yeah, I mean, I managed just about the same. I think it was 18 months, about 20 months I managed.
Okay.
In the Philippines, 21 months, somewhere around there. And it had to be Thailand for me. And so many expats are leaving the Philippines. They're following these YouTube vloggers, and these YouTube vloggers are out there saying, "Oh yeah, the place is wonderful. Everything here is fantastic." They get over there, they follow these people, and when they're there, they find out it's completely the opposite of what these people have been telling them on the YouTube channel. Now, I know subscribers of mine that have met these YouTube vloggers and said, "Hey, why did you tell me it's like this?" Yeah. And they said, because if I didn't tell you it was like this, I'd have no subscribers on my channel.
Yeah.
Nobody would be watching my show, and I have to live. So essentially, they're lying to the people to get the people there, and also, well, not so much to get the people there, but to get people interested in their channel.
Sure.
In the first place. And it's a dang shame that they have to do that, instead of telling the truth. Again, so many people are reaching out to us saying, "Cooper, I can't take it in the Philippines. I need the infrastructure. I need the food. I need the medical assurances that when I get older and I have medical problems, they're going to be able to help me."
Yeah.
And I can't do it here. And I've watched so many different YouTube vloggers, and you'll see them. They'll be like, "Oh yeah, we're going to go spend 2 weeks in the Philippines, me and my girlfriend, and in Thailand. Oh, and while we're here, guess what? We're having a full medical." Yeah. Because it's so cheap for the medical. They don't mention on there that they're having the medical here because they don't trust the medical facilities in the Philippines. And it's a damn shame. It really is.
I wouldn't trust the medical over there for anything, more serious than doing a blood work type of thing. It's
I wouldn't trust
having seen what I've seen over there.
And, I wouldn't trust it anymore than I would for
speaking of the food, though. Bobby told me personally, I didn't eat any street food in the Philippines. No, nor would I.
I wouldn't,
because I Jesus, I don't know how long has that been sitting there, and what's in it. And in Thailand, I don't have an issue at all with that. Mm-hmm. I mean, I love buying off the street food. You know what I mean? Because they cook it in front of you. You see it, it's fresh. And obviously the price is great and the food tastes great. So I remember the story Bobby said about he ate it once in the Philippines, got sick in a dog for like 3 days, and said never again. I'm thinking, well, boy, I'm lucky I didn't try it, but it's unfortunate.
And now, where we lived in the Philippines, we've been up and down the road where they sell the meats and stuff like that. Well,
open air, man.
All open air.
Flies around.
Around, and you would notice, and they don't put it on ice or anything like that.
No.
And when you see meat a dark color, like a purple color, that meat's not safe to eat. It should be bright red if you're talking about beef here.
Yeah.
And I can remember going into our local supermarket there, Walter Mart was our local supermarket. And I was going through the meat aisle where they're supposed to have the
refrigerated. It was refrigerated, at least there.
And I was looking at it, and it was dark purple. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm not eating this. I've never seen dark purple, unless it's going off, and it's past its sell-by date. And we would have to go all the way to S&R supermarket, which for us was a good 45 minutes away. We had to go to Santa Rosa. To S&R supermarket just to get meat that looked pink.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I wouldn't touch it.
Had a little more expensive there, but
Yeah.
it was always a fun trip. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Got a lot of the Western stuff there, and
Yeah.
like a Costco back home.
Yeah, but they were selling meat out on the streets that I
Oh,
wouldn't touch with a barge pole.
no. I never bought any meat at all, nor
Yeah.
would I. I mean, I'd buy my vegetables, buy my eggs at the local markets in the Philippines, but never the meat. Walter Mart at least had, and I know what you mean. Like you'd go to this whole counter of refrigerated meat cuts, and some of it looked, oh, geez, I wouldn't buy that. But it turned out, Coop, they were different vendors. You know, they weren't the same. I guess they must sublet from Walter Mart or whatever. But
yeah.
Fireblazer 99. We saw your interview with Sunshine Shoulders. We are interested in the costs and language barriers.
The costs here, I got to be honest with you, are, I would say, pretty much on par, if not cheaper, in several areas here in Thailand. But what you get for that cost is a lot more. You get 500% more
Quality.
Yeah. Now, you lived in a condo in the Philippines. Did you have a gym?
No.
Did you have a sauna?
No.
Steam room?
No.
Free parking?
They wanted me to pay $30 a month, or 3,000 baht, so whatever that's $60 a month, for parking.
Right.
A scooter.
Yes.
And I laughed. I says, I'm just going to park over in front of the guardhouse here for nothing. That's all they do.
Yeah.
So
try
and nickel.
But the condominiums in the Philippines, you have to pay for parking.
Yeah.
Here in Thailand, the condominiums, you don't pay for any parking. It's all communal space, and anybody can park anywhere.
Yeah.
Which is absolutely fantastic. The condominium that you stayed at in the Philippines, in our gated community, I asked them, okay, how much is it to buy a parking space? They said 800,000 pesos.
You wouldn't want to.
800,000 pesos, Brooke.
Yeah.
That's $16,000 for a parking space.
Crazy.
Yeah. Absolutely crazy.
The building we were in, I was in, you weren't in a condo. Well, you were actually when you first got there.
Yeah,
we
rented,
did. But I was in that building, and I mean, it was 27 meters. Small as all get out.
Tiny, your place.
And, you know, the Wi-Fi was spotty. The aircon that came with the unit barely kept it cool. You know what I mean? On a really hot day, you had to turn it on first thing in the morning. And it was an older building with no amenities. The pool, okay, well, there's a nice thing. Oh, there's a pool here. That's great. Yeah, they kick you out at 5 o'clock on a Sunday when the family's over wanting to have a nice swim. Like, what a ridiculous.
And you got to book the pool a week in advance to spend an hour in the pool for 1 hour a week.
But you get here, what I realized, and so say out of 1 to 10, I'd say that condo was pushing, lucky to hit a 3-star, 2 out of 10 maybe. I get here, I'm in a 35, almost 36 square meter, state of the art new building for the same money I was paying over there. The aircon works, the Wi-Fi works, the TV works. It's got a weight room, a gym, a aerobics room. The pools are to die for. There's no one kicking you out after an hour. You don't have to book it. And what a difference. So my point is, although your costs might be similar, your quality standards are way better.
Yeah.
And 1 out of 10, I'd put this at a good 9. You know what I mean? 9.5 maybe. So, yep.
And let's talk about your internet in the Philippines. Now,
what internet?
Well, you actually had internet. We got to discuss this as part of the topic.
Cooper, my internet's not working. What do I do?
Come over to my house.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, in the condominium you were in, you went to Globe and you said to Globe, I would like to upgrade this to 100 meg. You wanted 100 meg, remember?
Yeah.
And what did they say to you?
I'm sorry, we don't do that.
So what was the fastest speed you got?
Okay, so originally I had rented a 2-bedroom bungalow. Right. And Globe kind of ran that part. And the wires were sitting just at the corner of the property. You know what I mean? You remember the big rolls of wire up top there? And I was told, well, that's where the wire is. We just have to run it to your house. Oh, well, that's great. Well, they didn't have the junction boxes, or there was always a song and dance. Yeah. And I did check back, at the mall, at the head office. I got to know the manager quite well. Yeah. You're on the list. Yeah, you're on the list. Yeah, hurry up and wait.
Yeah.
Okay, so we did a workaround somehow where it was, over the towers or something. That's the only way we could get internet. Moved to the condo. Well, it turns out Globe, they didn't do the condo. That was PLPD that did that. Well, they're just as bad. They're not. I wanted to get the higher speed, which I needed. And no, they could only do, I think it was up to 10 or 20, whatever it was, because it's not fiber optic.
Right.
You know what I mean? And they're not, they can't run more wires. They can't put holes in the wall, whatever. It was just, song and dance. So.
But when you're in the condo, you were with PLDT.
Yes.
What was the fastest they could give you?
Oh, I was ended up getting like 9, 10, 8 sometimes.
8, 9, 10 megabytes.
Here's the problem. Sure, you get that. And if it stays on and works, maybe, okay, I can maybe live with that. It didn't.
No.
Brownout, or, this would shut off, that would shut off. I'd be calling the company, or at least I got to know the installer quite well, because he gave me his number. Help me out, please. And, the system's down, or this and that. But it was just a constant battle. You know what I mean? To try to get something working efficiently, regularly, without interruption.
And that's the problem they're going to have in the Philippines. Yeah. Now, you had 8 or 9 megabyte speed over there. What have you got here?
Oh, I've got like 400.
400.
Yeah, and I'd have more if I wired it directly to the, whatever it is.
The router.
The router, yeah. And what I find nice here is even with the cell towers, I can be sitting out in the pergola, whatever you want to call it, and I'll just take my cell phone, and it's got wicked fast out there, so I don't even need to be hooked up in the condo. So that's
another discussion. The cell phones in the Philippines, with your internet connection on your cell phone, you don't have 5G, and if you do, it tends to be slower than 4G. When we had it, and I remember when I was back in July canceling my retirement visa in the Philippines because it was no longer required. And I went there to cancel it, and I had to go to Manila to cancel it from our place, which is about an hour's drive. Same distance as what we are now from Bangkok. So sort of same geographical area. And I'm on the phone with my wife, and I had a phone holder there so she could see me as I'm driving down the road, and we're talking away. It must have cut out 20 times while I was talking to her from my end. The signal just drops. You know how many times it cut out her end? And she was driving too. She was on the way to get a massage done at a spa that her and your wife Jackie liked. Not once.
Yeah.
She wasn't a driver. She was in a taxi. But not once did she lose the signal from her end. I lost it 20 times.
It's just the infrastructure, and you'll see that when you land there in the Philippines. It's not the same as here. It's not the same as the West that we're used to.
No, it's not.
So as an expat coming over, you got certain expectations. You've done your research. You're right about the vloggers. Like I got misled somewhat for that area I went to, and turns out the guy was an idiot anyways. But it's not what we were hoping for, nor what we were used to,
or what we expected.
Whereas Thailand, oh my God, this is more like home. Yes. You feel more comfortable here. What I would say is, the language barrier can be, somewhat iffy at times. But if you're in an area where there's expats like us, we got a good community here in Coopersville.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean. And people, like even the subscribers we met last night, down, they said the same thing. Oh, it's so great here. And they love it. And these, this pair were from Canada, my home country, and PEI, beautiful province on the, the east coast of Canada. And they absolutely loved it here. And they were saying that like a 2-bedroom apartment now in PEI is $2,300 a month.
Yeah.
Like, hello. They couldn't believe the accommodation here for, $300, $400, $500 a month. It was ridiculous. The savings, let's say. And it was more like they were used to in the West. So, and the funny thing, you probably heard them. So I asked them, what got you attracted to Thailand? Cooper's video. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I did say that.
It was a common sense approach, not selling, the bar girls, the walking street areas, not, playing up, out of sight as, it was a true statement of what they could expect here for retirees that aren't looking for
Well,
the party.
they said our channel is the only one that they found in Thailand.
Unbelievable.
That was there was a channel of a retiree for retirees,
Yep.
rather than promoting the bar girls and the drugs and everything else here.
Yep.
So yeah,
Good
they
to hear.
absolutely loved it. And Fireblazer also asked about the language barrier here in Thailand. And in the retirement community where we live, there's not really a language barrier as such.
No.
The Thais around here are so used to the expats here, and the most common language in the world is English. And so the Thais can speak not bad English, broken English, but you can understand each other and get your point across.
The ones you need to deal with, if we're at the office, they speak English and understand you.
Here at the condominiums.
I mean, even the the help, the
cleaners.
The cleaners speak a bit English, so they understand you what you're looking for.
So Fireblazer, we haven't found that it's really been an issue here. If you get out into the provinces and you may find an issue there, but we found the same issue in the Philippines. When we were living in the province, most of the Filipino men cannot speak English. It's the women that can speak English, but most of the Filipino men cannot.
True.
I have to be honest, even in my wife's family, the men can't speak English. It's the women that can speak English.
Yeah.
Darlene's mom can speak fantastic English. Her dad barely a word.
Right.
Darlene's sisters can speak good English. Her brother's not. So it's just one of those things. But here in Thailand, in the retirement community, I haven't found it an issue as such.
John Vinsky, is there stray dogs running around everywhere in Thailand? Do they treat dogs good in Thailand, pet friendly?
There are stray dogs that you see out here, and they leave you alone. In the Philippines, I found them chasing me. Very aggressive dogs. Here, they're mellow. You see them laying down on the beach, and they don't bother nobody.
No.
If you go near them, they'll run away from you. So yeah.
I'd say what I've noticed here, the dogs are, as you say, they're not aggressive at all.
No.
And the Thai people tend to look after them.
Yeah.
I find, like, you'll see a lot with collars. Well, when you see a dog with a collar, hey, somebody's
domesticated.
It's domesticated.
Yeah.
And there's people, they'll come out and called soy dogs, I guess, whatever, and they'll put food down for as many as they can find. So it's a good thing to see.
Yeah.
Yep. Where in the Philippines, boy, you'd see all kinds of dogs, mangy looking, man. I wouldn't want to touch that guy. And, you kept an eye out as you're walking, just to make sure he's not following. And
yeah. And as for pet friendly, John, I've found so far 6 condominiums here that do allow pets. So plus, and the newer ones that are getting built, they're building them around pets because they know the retirees, want to come out here, are looking for that. So absolute plus there.
Roger Walker, good morning, Darlene. Sorry to hear about your brother.
And thank you for that, Roger.
Jay Easy, good morning, evening, afternoon, everyone.
Good morning, Jay Easy.
Amazing hospitals in Bangkok, yes.
Yeah, and we have a hospital out here. It's called, we keep saying it's Bangkok. But it's called Bangkok Hospital. It is a chain out here like Bupa is in the West. And so every area out here, major area, has the hospital brand called Bangkok Hospital.
I thought it was originally in Bangkok.
I did.
Yeah. No, it's got the big name on it. It's right in Pattaya,
Yeah, and it's absolutely fantastic service, second to none.
And state-of-the-art equipment, like they are, boy, they've got stuff, put some of the hospitals in Canada to shame.
I know.
Like state-of-the-art, heavens, the best equipment.
Now, I had to go there for an MRI scan on my back and to find out what this lump was. Again, it took, I think it was like 40 minutes for the MRI scan. But to get into the MRI scan took about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then 10 minutes after I had the scan, I was back in the doctor's office. They said, okay, it's not cancerous. It's not anything like that. But we're going to give you some patches to put on your back. So hopefully it'll take down the swelling. You probably just pinched a muscle or something like that, and it'll go away eventually. So that was all great.
What you paid for that?
I
or
think
insurance cover it?
No, because it's inpatient.
Okay.
So I'm sorry, outpatient. So on my insurance policy, all
Your
the
own
outpatient.
Yeah, that's all
I
most
pay,
people do.
because outpatient is so cheap, and I
Yeah.
paid $80.
$80.
$80 is
I
what
would
I
venture to
paid
say in the States for all of that work, you would have been
for an MRI scan,
like
which is
1,000 or more,
Oh.
maybe.
I know.
Yeah.
Darlene's brother had an MRI scan. They wanted 70,000 pesos. Well, that's
$1,400.
that's $1,400. I paid $80 for
Yeah.
the same exact scan here in Thailand.
Canada, you'd still be waiting.
Wow.
LCC, hey gang, what amazes me is that there are over 1,200 hospitals in Thailand, including public and private. Well, there
And
you go.
there are lots of hospitals, and there's no queues for waiting.
Yeah.
I've never sat in a hospital here for more than an hour, ever.
Right.
And I go quite regularly because I'm diabetic. You know, it's just fantastic service. They've got it all organized. In the Philippines, I'm sitting there for 7-8 hours just to see a doctor to get a damn prescription.
Yeah, they're well run, and obviously, the government is focused on that, in my opinion. So that's good.
Yeah,
good infrastructure.
Yep. I dare any YouTube vlogger out there to say that. They won't. They won't tell you the truth.
Derek C. Question about Wise account. I set up my app, and to load it sends me a request for money. Is that legit? Just making sure, as Brooke speaks about having an account. Yeah, request for money. You'll obviously want to put some in there to open the account. So, like anything, and I did this. Hey, I think the first thing I sent was $10 or $25 just to see, and the rates were excellent. They still are. I just did some this week and 2 days ago. So the Wise works for me. The couple we met from PEI I spoke earlier about, they set up their Wise account from the videos we had, and they've got it working, and it works fine for them. So a lot of the people we have in the community here in Coopersville have the Wise, and it all works fine. So yeah, it's legit, and you should see when you transfer, and you'll see it on the app. You've got your jars for baht. I keep one for US dollars, Canadian dollars. And I keep one actually for Philippine pesos for, Jackie's issues. Sometimes we need that, but yes, and it works fine. So, yep. Derek, I also have a bank account with Bangkok Bank, but never hurts to have a second option. So, Derek, when I first got here, and a lot of the expats, until you get your Bangkok Bank set up, you'll use likely your Wise. I used it at the airport the day I landed, right off the plane. I needed some baht. Put in my Wise card in the ATM, works fine. I think I took out 10,000 or whatever, and it was like 220 baht to do the ATM fee, but it worked fine right off the airplane. And I used that until I actually got my Bangkok Bank, which you'll get with your retirement visa, and it worked fine. The benefit of Bangkok Bank is there's no ATM fees when you use their ATM. So yeah. Jay Easy, flu season in effect in the States. How is it in Thailand?
They do have flu season out here as well. I got to be honest. I know James had the flu. He had it for about 4 days. He just stayed away from everybody for about 4 days. But I don't know anybody in our group that's had it.
No.
I had a chesty cough and a runny nose. Again, it lasted 3-4 days.
Right.
It's gone now, so yeah.
I haven't noticed anything.
But have I
hear a lot about the West, that, these seasons to get into, but yeah.
Yeah, but have I had anything out here that sort of knocked me on my knees for a few days? No.
Touch wood.
Yeah.
John Vinsky, is Thailand Bitcoin friendly? Would be able to cash out Bitcoin after the upcoming bull run from Coinbase account in USA to bank in USA from Philippines. Bitcoin meetups in the cards, Brooke. Okay, is Thailand Bitcoin friendly? I would say the awareness is coming. A lot of, the expats are more so aware than, say, the local Thais, let's just say. What we found, and obviously it was trying to get Coop hooked up, he wanted to buy the coins themselves. And but it seemed to be an issue, in Thailand for a foreigner opening these accounts. Remember we tried
crypto
tried
accounts.
several of the, crypto.com and Coinbase isn't even, I mean, if you open it in the West, you got it. You got your account.
Yeah.
But if you try to open it here, no, it's not available in Thailand. So I think even with VPN, they weren't letting us. So, but, as far as the bull run coming, I don't know if I'd be cashing out if I were you. There is no second best alternative. But as far as the Philippines, I don't, hey, I trade on my TD Investment Waterhouse account. It's based in Canada. I do have it also in the States, but it works fine for me over here. So I just do my trading. And I do have Coinbase. However, I've gone as Coop has with the proxies. So they're traded on the stock exchanges. So I simply do that through my investment account. And getting back to Coop's situation, he was having so much darn trouble trying to buy a damn coin, in Thailand on those exchanges. We decided, hey, let's just do the proxies through the trading account, IBKR. And that's a great account. I also have that.
But I did look into it, Brooke, and you can buy Bitcoin in Bangkok.
Okay.
Yeah. But it was through somebody that I hadn't heard before, and I didn't know how reputable they were. They could be an excellent company, but I just couldn't find enough research on them to trust my life savings with. So that's why I went with MicroStrategies in the end.
You are absolutely right on that. I forgot about that. There's a lot of a few local Thai companies.
Yeah.
But, just being a Western and leery of things like that,
fear of the unknown.
Yeah, fear of the unknown, foreign country. Hey, what is it,
Yeah.
Lost Boy, Derek C. I add money to my USD part of Wise from my US bank account. Okay, understood. Then open the Thai bot part and push convert. Then convert from the US part. Yeah, so what he's saying there, Lost Boy, is, Derek, is he transfers US dollars to his jar, which is also in US dollars and Wise, and it'll sit there. And then when he wants it, the bot, he can instantly transfer it to bot, whatever the exchange rate is. So
yeah, good way of doing it.
John Vinsky, is it better to find good women in PH? How to move her to Thailand? She has Philippine passport. Absolutely.
Yes. And we can speak from experience because we both married Filipino women. And it is very easy because Philippines and Thailand are part of an organization called MyAsia. Just like in Europe, you have the European Union. So any of the MyAsian countries, which includes Philippines and Thailand, can travel to each other's country visa-free, just like we can.
Yeah.
So it's absolutely easy to bring a Filipina here. Not a problem. Not a problem.
Johnny, that's the reason I chose the Philippines initially is, at my age, I didn't find anyone comparable. I realized, early on, I've always preferred to be with someone. And after the second marriage didn't work out, it was 28 years and we're still great friends. But, we realized our interests were different. I was looking to go to the Philippines for my last love. And that's where I found her.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it wouldn't happen in Thailand, but the way it happened for me, finding the right Filipina and bringing her to Thailand, it's a win-win.
Yeah.
For both of us.
Yeah.
And I know Jackie was initially leery the first week or so here, but once she saw and then started meeting other Filipinas here, oh man, that was just it right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've got 8 Filipinos in our Filipinas in our group, John. That foreigners like ourselves that have Filipino wives or girlfriends, and they've admitted to us they love it here in Thailand more than they do the Philippines. Now I'm half British. My mom's from England. My dad's from America, so I'm half British, half American. All right. I gotta say that Thailand is better than England or America, and I've lived in both countries. Okay, I've traveled all over the states. I was a truck driver. Okay. I worked for Amtrak. I was a truck driver in the States. I've traveled every 50 states in the United States, barring Alaska and Hawaii, of course. But I traveled 48 of the states. And I've never found anything in any of the states that I've traveled, and I've been through every single one multiple times, that compares to what we have here in Thailand for the price and the value for money.
Right.
Yeah. And the infrastructure is fantastic. it compares with the West any day of the week. So
one last thing with Johnny there
shoot.
on the Philippine passport. Yeah. Jackie had her passport. Thank God. It was, fairly new. So I think they had 10 years on it.
Yeah.
So that's good. And we never had we were prepared at the airport as it was her first time leaving the country. You read these articles, a lot of it's FUD, but we never had an issue with that.
No.
Maybe an extra 20 minutes and they just, had me sign a support document. I had one prepared at a lawyer prior to going there. That was one of the things I had done. They didn't need that one. They wanted their own. You know what I mean?
Yeah, to answer your question, John, is it better to find a good woman in Philippines? For us, it was.
Yes.
And the reason for that being is the language barrier. In the Philippines, like I said, most of the women speak English. So it's a definite plus right there. Getting in a relationship with a foreigner and you can't speak each other's languages, you're just asking for problems there. And it can be quite problematic. A lot of arguments can be ensued because you don't, you're misunderstanding each other if they don't have a good English-based knowledge. So yeah, for us, it was definitely better to find good Filipino women and then bring them here to Thailand.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dennis L., what's up, Mr. Cooper? Hey, Mr. Brooke, please tell me all about how you feel about the Magenta plan from T-Mobile, pros and cons. Well, that's what I have, Dennis. And I was more concerned, not so much about the cost of the plan. I was more concerned about having a reliable backup phone. You know what I mean? That, hey, if I needed an emergency to get a hold of anybody in the West, I could get my text messages. And that was the company I went with. Canada, forget it. There was nothing there at all that was reasonable or affordable or would do what I needed. Luckily, because I was in the States, I was able to get the T-Mobile. While I was down there, I looked at AT&T. I used to have AT&T, but they didn't have any plans that worked. Verizon did, but they were going to be very expensive when I figured it out.
Right.
So the T-Mobile. Now, originally, guys, that plan was $30. And it's going on 3 years now. I've had it, and they've raised it twice, $5. So I'm currently paying $40 a month. They still have it. To me, it's not, make or break on the $40. So I'm just keeping it, and I've used it.
Right.
And boy, I tell you, they want to send a text message. I don't have to worry. But like we were talking to the expats last night, some people use Google Voice. Some people use Magic app. There's other ways. And if you look at those, call your bank. I did that. And they said, no, sorry. It's not those numbers. We don't approve in Canada. This was. So that was another big reason. If they had a problem, I wouldn't have needed it. But
now I've got USAA Bank in the States.
Yeah.
And I was able to do the Magic Jack with keep an American number. And I didn't have a problem. They said, yeah, no problem. We can text you for the 2-step verification. And there you go. It was absolutely excellent. I put my password in to log on to my online banking. They'd send me a OTP code through the text message, and I was able to get in straight away for the 2-step verification. And they accepted it. Canada may be different rules, but in America with my USAA, which is based in Texas, didn't have a single problem with them.
Canada's not, maybe just not as advanced.
Yeah.
And the other thing with Canada, they don't have what I would say, like the cell plans in Canada, I found to be very expensive. Boy, when I was wintering in Florida, Coop, it was amazing. I was paying like a third of the price for better plans.
Yeah.
So the point is they don't have enough competition. The government said, hey, these guys, cover the country. There it is. And, that they limit the competition. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not good. Tim's Music Sanctuary. Good day, Coop, Brooke, and Darlene. I hope all is well your way.
And thank you for that, Tim. And welcome to the live stream.
Derek C. Lost Boy. So when you set up your account, though, to add money, you send a request from your Wise account to do so, right? Yeah. So, for example, my pension goes in end of the month. So that's why, just did it today. And I checked the bank in Canada. It's there. Fine. I opened my Wise account and, open the Thai bot and, add. Yeah, that was it. Add. So it asks you, how much you want to add. Where's it coming from? And I've already got that listed. It's in my thing. So you just click that, click it, and it's there. And here's the nice thing. The rate was decent. and it's in my account within seconds. And within seconds, it's transferred from my account on Wise to Bangkok Bank. And you get a confirmation from Bangkok Bank. So, I mean, it's not even a minute, and that's transferred from Canada to Bangkok Bank in Thailand.
Fantastic.
At a good rate.
Yeah.
Dennis L., hey, Mr. Cooper, you mentioned you were a gamer. What system do you have, and what are you playing now? Me, Battlefield 2042.
Yeah, I am. I love my games, and I've got Xbox, and I've got PlayStation 5. So on my Xbox, I'm currently playing Starfield, and I'm absolutely loving it. Fantastic space game made by Bethesda, and they make some fantastic open world games, and I absolutely love them. So yep, it's one of the games I played. I used to play an online game on my Alienware laptop, and it was called EVE Online, and that is a multiverse space game where you're traveling around in spaceships, fighting each other, and it is absolutely fantastic game. But I had to leave that game as it just took so much of my time. I can remember when I played it 10 years ago, and it's still going strong today, even stronger than it was before. When I first played it 10 years ago, I was on there for 6-8 hours at a time, and I just couldn't get off of it, So it was highly, highly addictive.
I realized about 10 years ago what I want to be when I grow up.
Yeah, what was that?
A gamer.
A gamer.
I played Clash of Clans. I've played it for years, and it's a great game.
Yeah,
but it's
you
funny.
Still play it today? I see
I
you
still
still
do.
play
Yeah. But Battlefield 1942 was the one I got hooked on.
Oh, that was an excellent
for
game.
hours.
Yes.
Oh, and I was good.
Yeah, I do like the Battlefield games, and Battlefield 2042. I played it, and it is an excellent game.
It is okay.
Yeah.
TJ, Mr. Magoo, the Philippines still trying to recover from heavy corruption over many years. A lot of people leaving to Thailand, Vietnam, Laos, and Cambodia. In the U.S., medical is getting just as bad. Yeah,
and it is. A medical cost
expensive in the States.
Is crazy prices.
Yeah, if you don't have insurance, look
and
out.
Medication is through the roof.
Yeah.
I've had when I first started my channel and we got monetized about 3 months ago, I was getting a lot of emails saying, Cooper, I'd love to come to Thailand, but I'm really concerned about my medication. Would you mind checking?
Yep, I remember that.
And I did. I went out and I went to the pharmacies and I checked for these people. Of course, I want to help everybody out as much as possible that want to retire here. And I did. I went out and I checked, and I took a picture of the medication along with the price from the pharmacies here. Sent it back to them via email, and they were like, wow, that's 70 to 80% cheaper than what I'm paying for the same medication here in the States.
Yep.
And that's with Medicare. So,
well, it's cheaper here than Canada on my, I don't have a thyroid, so I need that. That's just like hormone replacement. And that's like a quarter of the price I was paying in Canada. And the blood pressure med, which is over the counter at the pharmacy, is like pennies.
Yeah.
Well,
my diabetic medication here in Thailand runs me about $70 a month.
Oh, well, okay.
In the States, it'd be closer to $300 to $400 a month.
Oh, yeah.
That's the difference. I've asked people, well, what's the prices over there for this? And they've come back and told me, and I'm like, damn.
I don't think I'm paying $8 or $10 a month for everything.
Yeah, it's 75% cheaper for my diabetic medication here than it is in the States.
Subbed.
And BB Dodge says subbed, and thank you for subscribing to the channel, BB. It is appreciated. Welcome to Cooper's Dive Adventures, where we tell you everything straight. There is no sugarcoating anything, and there's no BS on the channel either. We tell you exactly like it is, and if YouTube kicks me off for telling the truth, then so be it. I don't care, because that's what the channel is all about. I'm going to tell you the truth, differences, Philippines, Thailand, the good and bad in both countries. So no problem there. And thank you for subscribing. We really appreciate it. And I'll just put out everything we do on this channel for free. If you guys want to email us, our email is down there. We're more than happy to reply to you. Some people will put their phone numbers in there and the WhatsApp numbers. We'll call them. No problem. And we don't ask for a single penny. We're doing this absolutely free. We're not here to make money on YouTube. because at the end of the day, I've got my disability, I've got my pension, and I've got my savings. I don't need the YouTube money. And that is why we do everything for free. I don't rely on this for an income.
It's fun.
It's fun. It is fun. And we're meeting a lot of great people. And he says subbed again. So he subbed twice. Thank you for that, BB.
Jay Easy. Smash the like button, guys. It
And
helps
yes,
the
please
channel.
hit the thumbs up. It doesn't cost you a penny. And what it does, it just promotes it within YouTube's algorithm. So they send it to more people. Comes up on their phone or their TV.
Yep.
Suggests to them that they watch the show. So if you hit the thumbs up button, it reaches more people, and we'll get more great people like yourselves on here.
Pluto the Sailor. It's a good thing Thailand isn't a 4-hour flight from the U.S. or you would be buried with Western expats.
And you're right.
Point.
It is. And it is a lot further than that from the States. It's 12 hours, depending on what side of the States
Same
you're
with
on.
Canada,
Yeah. And but once you get out here, it's absolutely fabulous. Like Darlene said to us like last night, the Buchanan, her husband, Brian, and her, they came here from Prince Edward Island in Canada from watching our YouTube channel, Only Mine. They couldn't find anything out there in YouTube land like our channel that, you know, specifically was designed to help expats that want to retire here in Thailand. And they'd never been to Thailand before in their lives. They came here and they're absolutely loving it.
Yes.
They decided they're going back to Canada in
May 1st.
May, and they're going to sell everything and come back here and retire.
Yep.
So, yeah.
And they took my tip about not renting a storage unit. You don't need it. Unfortunately, I made that mistake. Lost Boy, Derek C. It's been a while since I set it up, but usually banks need to connect with each other to confirm no fraud. At first, you might have to request from your bank account. It's weird at first. Yeah, so when I set Bangkok Bank up on my Wise, I did need the SWIFT code. I needed the account number. And again, I sent that small $10 transaction. Yes, it worked fine. So I knew. And now it's just automatic. You just, you know, bing, bing, bing. So
yeah,
works slick. BB Dodge, planning a trip to Thailand, 11/24.
November 24.
Yeah, a year away.
A year away from where we are right now. And you're absolutely going to love it. I have yet to meet anybody. Now, we started this channel 4 months ago. And we now have, I think it's 130 people from our channel that have now moved here to Thailand or here on vacation, one of the two. Well, actually, it's a mixture of both. And out of them that I've met, I probably met about 75% of them in person. And they're all telling me the same thing. They love it here. Not one person has ever said, no, Thailand's not for me. I don't like it. Not one.
A big part of that, Coop, is you tell it like it is.
And that blows me away, though, Brooke.
Well, see, they've come here based a lot on your, channel. And what they found here was not upsetting. It was the truth that you gave. I relate that to my case in the Philippines. I followed a guy, went over there. This wasn't anything like I was led to believe. So, no, that's, you're successful because of that.
Yeah. Well, I'm not trying to be, but I'm absolutely astonished and, pleased that everybody's enjoying it as much as we are.
Keep up the good work, Junior. BB Dodge, looking at Hua Hin to stay.
Question mark. And Hua Hin is a nice area. It's beautiful beaches out there, just like it is here. And it's the other side of the bay. So it is good. The only downside that I've heard about Hua Hin is there is no bot buses. Okay, so public transport, you're going to be relying on taxis all the time because there are no bot buses there. So that's something that you have to consider, but it is a beautiful expat community, so it's apples and oranges. If you're okay with that, or you enjoy walking everywhere, then you'll be fine. But people come here because it's got the same as Hua Hin. It's more developed than Hua Hin. In other words, there's more variety. For example, here we have Italian, French, German, Australian, American, British restaurants and everything else. And they have a limited amount in Hua Hin, where over here, there's an abundant amount.
And if you go there, just see if there's a community similar to what we have here of expats where, we go to Fraser's Friday nights quite often. There's things going on, group meetings, group tours, and having the network of people that have, say, done it already, blazed the trail, really helps. And even they'll comment at the expats. You see the big smiles, and they're lit up because there's people of a similar vein that they're associating with, and that helps. So.
And that's what we're doing here on the channel, building a community so you can make friends before you even get out here. And you see in the banner down below, we have a Facebook group. It's called Cooper's Thai Adventure Community. Those of you that are new to the channel, it's very easy to join. You must be a subscriber on our YouTube channel. Why? Because we want to keep the bots out and keep everybody protected. We have families on there with children, so we have to think about them as well. So it's like a security check for us. Hit the thumbs up and subscribe, and then go over and join the Facebook group. We get notified on our YouTube analytics. You're a subscriber, and we're like, okay, this person is a subscriber to our channel. We'll let them into the Facebook group. And so far, we've not had any bad people in there. We've been able to keep out
over 700 members, and there's a lot of great interactions. So you go ahead and ask a question, and there'll be 15 different comments as to what to look for, where to go, how to do something, and it's great.
And we have a live chat in there, and community chat, live chat. So people organize to meet up with other people, and they go out and hang out, and they make great friends. And we talk about stuff on there that we can't talk about on YouTube. So it's an actual great place to meet people and make friends before you come out here. Also, quite a lot of them that are on the channel, on the Facebook community, already live here. So a great way to hook up and meet with other people.
And it's positive.
And it's very positive.
Derek C. Visa question. Last year was 45-day on arrival. This year back to 30. This year when I leave after 2 weeks for Vietnam and come back, will my visa reset to another 30 on re-entry? Do you know?
Yes, it will. It will. And give you a visa update. It's come out in the news just yesterday that Thailand is moving very rapidly towards the 90-day visa on arrival, and they're going to include 60 countries in it, including the United States, Australia, Canada, England, and the European Union. So absolutely fantastic there. And they're going to do it on a trial basis until March. Okay, so I'm expecting it to be up and running and in force in the next week or two maximum.
Right.
Because they're working real fast to push this to allow tourists to stay in the country for 90 days on arrival. So absolutely
Any
fantastic.
Word do they have to check in after?
Nope. They get 90 days right on arrival.
Fantastic.
It's not enforced yet. They're pushing it through Parliament very, very fast here in the Thai Parliament, the government. And from what I read from the Post newspaper yesterday here in Pattaya, it said in there that they're doing this super fast, and they're looking to get it enforced within the next 2 weeks.
Good.
So absolutely
That's
plus
great.
there. And once they got it enforced, of course, I will put it out on the channel for y'all.
Black Ops, morning all.
And good morning, Al. Thank you for joining the live stream. He's another subscriber that's out here in Thailand, enjoying his good life. And he's also a neighbor. He lives in our complex. So thank you for coming on and joining, Al. It really makes a big difference to us when our shows us how well we're doing, is when our subscribers come out here and they're still watching our show.
Yeah.
Normally, when you have a channel like this, you get your subscribers out there and then they stop watching your show because they're already there enjoying the life. So it's absolutely great.
I met Al last Friday at Fraser's first time.
Yeah, nice Darlene guy. Saw him out by the pool last night.
Good.
So
good.
Yeah.
Hello. Derek C. Or will I need a month or 2 month multiple entry tourist visa?
No, you can come straight from Vietnam into Thailand. You'll get a 30 days, and you can extend that for another 30 days inside country. And then if you go back to Vietnam, you can repeat the process. You'll get a 30-day visa on arrival, and you can extend it for another 30 days. You can do that 3 times. So a total of 180 days.
Depends when Derek's going. They might have the 90-day in effect.
Yeah, it may be in effect by then.
TJ, Mr. Magoo, city dogs are mellow. When you go further out away from the city, the soy dogs get more aggressive.
I didn't know that.
No.
I mean, I traveled 808 kilometers all the way from Koh Samui, all the way up the coast, past Hua Hin to Bangkok, and then back down here to Pattaya. I saw plenty of street dogs. I didn't see any aggressive. none chasing my motorbike or anything like that. And so
those monkeys at the 7-Eleven were a little more aggressive.
oh, we did
they?
see wild monkeys that were aggressive, but the street dogs are keeping them away from us.
Oh, good.
So that was a complete bonus. Yeah, and then I gave them a reward. I put down some water for the street dogs, and they were lapping it up, and I gave them some bread that we bought at the 7-Eleven, and threw that down on there for them too. And they kept the monkeys at bay and wouldn't let them get anywhere near us.
Jay Easy, 2 birds. It's a no-brainer. The only question is, when are you moving to Thailand?
And I absolutely agree. The Philippines is a beautiful country. Don't get me wrong. The thing is, you're not going to find the infrastructure that you expect and you're so used to from the West. And that is the difference. So many people go out to the Philippines every year, and they go there for a vacation. And I went for a vacation too. I thought it was a wonderful country. I was like, wow, absolutely great. I love it that so many people speak English here. It's a plus, plus, plus. When I went there and retired, it was a completely different story. And that's when I found out what it was really like. That, out of stock constantly, hard to get medical supplies that I needed. 6 hour wait to see the doctor. All these things there, just put so many warning signs in my head, because I'd lived here in Thailand and I saw what the difference was. And it's only a 3-hour plane ride from the Philippines to Thailand. That's how close it is. It's only 3 hours away.
The bureaucracy is quite extensive in the Philippines. I mean, I was having to go initially for every 30 days to get that visa renewal. Hurry up and wait, And, then, I do a 2-month and, that's fine. It's half the time you got to wait there maybe. But just the bureaucracy was quite extensive.
The red tape.
And boy, when this 90-day here comes in, no check-ins, man, that's going to...
I think it's going to be fantastic for tourism.
Philippines needs to address some of their issues as to why expats are leaving there in droves.
Yeah.
Because, the people are great.
There's such friendly people.
There's such friendly people and smiling all the time. It's just, unfortunately, they've been, maybe it's corruption over the years. I don't know, but they're quite a ways behind. I think one of the expats said it's like a real third world country, where Thailand's more like, hey, we're
first world country.
First world country, exactly.
That's what it feels like to us.
Dennis L., I have a few things my wife and I can't do without. What do you think is the best way to ship them? DHL, via ship, or by plane?
I would do ship every time, because by plane you're going to be paying through the nose for it. We shipped the Christmas box to Philippines for our wives' families back there. What do we? And the box was huge. It was like 4 foot tall by about 3 foot wide. And we filled that sucker up. How much did we pay for that? I think it was like under $100 to ship it. Yeah. And we shipped that by a sea freight.
Balikbayan box.
They call it. Yeah.
I used to ship a lot of those.
But I would absolutely do it via ship.
I'd say, Dennis, anything that you really need, check with your airplane, because, you can pay for extra, luggage, let's say. And I think it's, 40 or 50 pounds per case, but see the price. I mean, if they're wanting $150, forget it. You know what I mean? But if it's only $20, $25, sometimes if you get an upgraded seat, which I'd recommend if you can afford it for the long trip over here, it gets you better immigration benefits as well. You might get extra, baggage check-in. So, but Coop's right. I would look at the, go slow on the boat and save the money.
And here's a tip for you for free, Dennis. All my tips are for free, actually. Get with your airline that you plan on traveling. Join their Air Mile Club. It costs you absolutely zero. And just upon joining, you get, most of the time I've seen, is an extra 10 kilos. So if you're only allowed 30, you're going to have 40 kilos. Bingo. If you're only allowed 40, you're going to have 50 kilos for free, just for joining. And that way you don't pay the excess baggage fee at the airport.
Yeah.
And I've done that with every airline I've ever used, whether it's only using them one time or using them 10 times. I always go and join their Air Mile Club, so I get the extra baggage allowance for free.
Oh,
big bonus there.
Shopper.
Yep.
Joanne Bulow. Good morning, you guys. I'm still in Ontario, wind chill -20, 64 days and counting. Thank you all for your info. Been there, done that.
Yeah.
Don't miss it.
I remember when we were in the Philippines and you went home to sell your property that you had in Florida, and you called me 2 days later after you left. And you said, Cooper, you ain't going to believe this. My brother picked me up at the airport. We got 5 miles down the road. And what do you know? It started damn well snowing.
Oh, whiteouts. Wipers are going. My God. What the hell did I leave?
And I'm like, oh, it's beautiful here. It's 90 degrees and sunny.
No, the weather's so nice here. You know,
you never get snow.
No.
You never get snow, and it never gets cold here.
You get used to the temperature. It's warmer
all year round.
But you like that now. You know, you don't want the cold anymore.
And it's because we're so close to the equator that, you know, you have that summer all year round. It does get cooler in December and January, but you're only talking about 10 degrees difference.
I love the temperature now.
Yeah.
And
the humidity dies down quite a lot, which is a huge bonus.
But the only downside, though, Coop, the pools are a little cold for me now.
Yeah.
As you say, I got to go to the ocean to swim. That'll be warmer. Okay, BB Dodge. Could a person live all in with $1,500 a month? Absolutely.
Yeah, if that's US dollars you're talking about, BB Dodge. Like I said, we were speaking to the Buchanans last night. Absolutely fantastic people, Darlene and her husband, Brian. And they have a similar budget to what you do, Brooke. And they said they can't spend it.
They spend less than me.
And they spend less than you. And they're a married couple.
Yep.
So, and they're spending $1,500 a month for the two of them. They're eating out every day, rarely cook at home because food prices here are just so cheap, and it's more cost effective to eat out than buy the groceries and cook them at home.
You said something last night really made sense.
Shoot.
Back in the West, you know, you probably eat in 5-6 days a week, and you go out maybe 1 or twice on the weekend.
Yeah.
Here, it's exactly the opposite. You're eating out every day, and you might have a home cooked meal once a week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
and hence why in a lot of the YouTube videos we make about accommodations, you'll find the kitchens tend to be a lot smaller than what we're used to in the West. And that's the reason why.
Yeah.
Who wants a kitchen out here? You're going out eating 3 times a day. And I've got subscribers out here telling me, Cooper, I'm spending $10 a day or less on food.
Yeah.
And I'm eating out
healthy
every
and
day.
Eating healthy, fresh made in front of you, you know.
You know, that is a no-brainer for Thailand. Absolute no-brainer. Now, did we do that when we were in the Philippines? No, we ate at home most of the time and ate out very rarely.
Now, luckily, our wives are both great cooks. So
the
one thing with the Filipina is they are typically great cooks.
Yeah.
You know.
And thank you to the 97 people that are on here watching our live stream. Thank you. And
let's get her to 100.
Hit the thumbs up button if you're enjoying the show. Absolutely free.
Roger Walker, do you know if they accept Blue Cross Blue Shield insurance in Thailand?
Yes, they do. And you can get the international plan with them to cover Thailand. What I would do, Roger, is I would contact your insurance broker and I would say to them, I want only the Thailand. And the reason for that being is you're going to pay a lot less. If you get the worldwide plan, believe me, and it's extremely expensive, even if it's excluding America and it covers the rest of the world, it is expensive. So my advice to you is get in touch with Blue Cross Blue Shield and tell them, I'm planning on moving to Thailand. Can you give me a Thailand only plan? And they will. And it is accepted here at the hospitals.
Jay Easy at Roger Walker, retired government. That's where he worked, I guess. Geez, 1,000% agree with Coop. The cost of living, value of fresh food, climate, plus, and especially the people, far better than back home. You don't have the drama here. That's the one thing.
But the thing is that they are, and they don't call it, when you get to the airport in Bangkok, it says, welcome to Thailand, the land of smiles.
Yes.
And that's one thing that you're going to find here is all the Thai people smile. They're all friendly.
Yeah.
Okay. Super, super friendly. Our agent, Miss Jeeb here for our condominium. So nice, so lovely, speaks great English. And she bends over backwards, literally, to help every one of our subscribers. So my hat's off to the Thais. They are super friendly, and they've taught us a lot about life in the West. We have a lot of single women that are in our group now, and they're going out here at night and they're saying that they feel safe for the first time in their life. Now, that is a huge, huge compliment to Thailand, not to me or the channel. It's a huge compliment to Thailand that they feel safe. They're able to go out at night, walk home from the night market or whatever, and they don't look over their shoulder anymore to see who's following them, or there's someone that's going to harass them. So thumbs up for that for Thailand, that these women can feel safe here. I've got couples here. We've got couples with children, and everybody is enjoying themselves. And they all say the same thing. They feel safe. Crime is at an all-time low here in Thailand compared to the West, where, you don't feel safe anywhere in the West. In California, where I grew up, they were having drive-by shootings on the Santa Monica freeway. Just because they're in a traffic jam, people were getting angry and shooting each other, because somebody wasn't moving out and they wanted to go into their lane, whatever. And they were shooting each other in California. Terrible. Here in Thailand, everybody just seems to get along. And the great thing about the community that I've noticed so far, everybody that's here, there's no disagreement. There's no arguments. We're all here equal, and we're all the same. We're retirees.
Looking for drama.
It's a super, super, super plus, in my opinion.
T-Mobile is great. There you go. Yeah, I think so. Tim's Music Sanctuary. Brooke, I agree with the sad state of mobile phone services in Canada. So I would assume leaving here, I would be better off setting up a new phone and plan in Thailand. Yeah, now, what I did, I'm big on redundancy. So I have 2 phones. I got 2 iPads, any 2 earbuds, for example. And I, have one phone with, as soon as you get off the plane, you get the, AIS in our case, SIM card put in. They get it working for you right at the airport. You got data, you got minutes. So, that works fine. Kept my T-Mobile, didn't have to switch anything. It works planet-wide, which was good. So, that's what I did. But yeah,
and that's another thing that's better in Thailand than the Philippines is the cell networks here.
5G.
5G, and it's stable 5G. Yeah. I mean, I've traveled all over Thailand, and I've not found anywhere that I couldn't get a good signal on my phone and good internet speed. I mean, our speed here in our condominium, we're on the 8th floor. If I turn off the Wi-Fi in the house and I just go on my cellular network alone, I'm over 100 megabytes a second up and download.
Yep.
Other places I found it as high as 300-400 megabytes of speed on my phone, but I've never seen it less than 100.
Never had an issue with the phone here.
Never.
Phone service. In Canada, I was paying $60 a month for a average plan. Here, I'm paying $9. There's an example, and really, where I was, I don't know, 5G, I don't even know what was rolled out, but that's a few years back. Here, 5G everywhere.
And I can remember in the Philippines, with my SIM card in the Philippines, I used to have to go stand in a certain spot just to get a good signal. And if I moved from that spot, I lost my signal, and it was driving me freaking crazy, that in our gated community where we live, there was a certain spot that if I stood in, I had a good signal. But if I walked over to the condominium to your place, which was only 100 yards away, 150 yards maximum, my signal would go from here down to here. And it's just crazy. But the infrastructure here in Thailand is absolutely fantastic, with the phone networks, the transportation network, the food network, the medication, everything works here in Thailand. And
yeah, but is it more fun in the Philippines?
No, it is not. I got to put my hat out there.
We were told it was.
We were told it was, but we were lied to. So I got to tell you the truth.
Get easy. Sell data in Thailand with AIS is amazing. Solid connection, great price. Absolutely true.
And it's the best network here. I got to give it the thumbs up.
No problems.
It's the biggest and it's the best. It's super, super fast.
Chuck Pete, greeting guys. I'm a little late,
but thank you for joining us.
Chucky, we've been waiting. Bobby 57, Cooper and Brooke, great video, great information as always.
And thank you, Bobby. Much appreciated for that.
Mike Baker, sorry late. We'll catch from start when you gentlemen are done.
Thank you, Mike. Really appreciate it.
Les Brown, what is the best low season months to come?
I would say is May to August is the best time to come, and you'll get those fantastic deals.
Yeah.
Once you get past September, it's getting close to high season, and they're less inclined to give you those deals.
Yeah.
So if you want a great deal, Les, come between May and August, and you'll get a really good deal on a condominium here.
Yep.
Yeah. And W Secret to Success sends a $99 super sticker, and thank you for that, W. Really, really appreciate it, brother.
David Mears, Darlene needs a promotion. Coop is retired. He should be in the bedroom laughing out loud.
And my wife does a great job. She does all the channel moderating. She does all the editing for every one of our videos that we make. And I'll tell you what, editing is a pain in the butt for YouTubers. Every YouTuber complains about editing because you can film a video in an hour. Okay, what you want to do, a topic or a sightseeing tour, whatever you want to do for your channel, but it's going to take you 4 to 6 hours to edit it, and that is the hardest thing, and that is one of the most time-consuming things in YouTube world. So my wife does a fantastic job, and she's
Darlene, boy.
She's actually more important on the channel than I am, in my opinion.
Alfred E. Newman. My God,
that's me. That's me. That's a picture of me.
Coop. Love your channel.
Yeah. Somebody said, Alfred, he said several live streams back, I think when we first started, hey, Cooper, you look like Alfred E. Newman from the Mad Comic Books. There you go. That looks like a picture of me when I was much younger.
Jack Bree, hey, Coop, how easy it is to get vapes, price, etc.
Okay, you can get vapes here. You can buy them at the night market. I use vapes, and the prices aren't too bad. I can't remember. I think we spent like $30. Yeah, under 30. I think it was about 800 baht. It was under. It was like $25, $27 thereabouts. And we got the vape and 2 refill cartridges for that price, which I thought was a very good deal.
Yep.
The refills, I think, were only like 100 baht each, $3 for a refill. So very cheap.
Yeah, I find it, replaces having,
And I like that they have all the different flavors.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the mint flavor personally.
Not too hard to get it anyways. W Secrets to Success vlog. Hi, DC. Any intel on those Benda motorcycles yet?
No, but I did see the pictures that you sent to me. Oh, wow, what a fantastic motorcycle. I'm actually going to be seeing James. I think we're seeing him on Friday is the plan, and he's the go-to guy that I speak to about motorcycles.
Never heard of Benda.
Yeah, it's a fat motorbike. I'll show you the video later that W sent me. He sent it to me on WhatsApp, and it is a fantastic looking bike there. And this girl was driving it, and
Are they in Thailand?
Yeah, they are in Thailand, but I'm not sure where, and that's what I need to find out for.
Maybe we'll see him at the March show.
Yeah.
The Buddy Show worldwide in Pattaya, Thailand. As you know, I only lasted 6 weeks in Cebu City before I had to get back to Thailand.
6 weeks, and that's about right. And Cebu is one of the most popular destinations for expats to go to, because there's there used to be quite a lot of expats there.
Yeah.
And it's an island off the main island, and it's got a lot of condos there. So it attracted, foreigners because it was cheaper than what Manila is. But again, the prices are through the roof. For what Buddy had in the Philippines and what he was paying to what he's got now, and he's paying here in Thailand, it's a lot less, and he's got a lot more for his money than what he had. Yep. And he was paying, double in the Philippines for, because I sat and talked to Buddy. He told me all about it. And, he said it's an absolute no-brainer here because everything's a lot cheaper. The electricity bill is run by a company
cheaper here and more reliable
in the Philippines by a company called Meralco, constantly going out. And also
expensive,
super expensive. They have the monopoly on it, so they can charge what they want. I was paying upwards of $300 a month for my electricity in the Philippines. Same amount of air cons here in Thailand. I got a 2-bedroom condominium here, and I am paying I'm paying about $70 a month. I would be honest there, about $70 a month compared to over 300 I was paying for in the Philippines. So absolute plus there. And he knows Buddy was there, Bobby was there, who you've seen in the comments. And these are people that tried the Philippines and then came to Thailand, and they noticed the big difference.
Les Brown, do they have frozen vegetables and fruits in the supermarkets?
Yes, they do, and fresh. You can get it both here.
You'll probably buy fresh. It's so plentiful, and everyone just got it. But the frozen, you see it anywhere you go. Lotus,
Jack Bree says, yes, Les.
Also, tons of fresh fruit and veg.
Yeah.
Yep.
And very affordable and cheap here, too.
Yeah. TJ, Mr. Magoo, sorry, Cooper, they have bought buses in Hua Hin, but not as many, and they are short schedule. Cheers, guys.
Okay, so that must be something that they've added recently. I had a subscriber that lived there, and he stayed there for several years, and he said he moved over to Jomtien area because of the lack of infrastructure for transport. And he said there was no bot buses. So that must be something that they've added interest recently, TJ.
Al DeCisi, Mark Twain said it best. You have 2 days in your life that are the most important, the day you were born and the day you find out why. We're all glad you, Cooper, found your passion.
And thank you for that, Al. We're really looking forward to meeting you in person too, brother.
305 Fights TV. Hi, thank you for everything you do. If I want to live in Thailand 3 months at a time and go back to the USA for a month, what type of visa would I need until I am ready to be there full time?
Right now, I would get a multiple entry visa, and you can get that online at the Thai government's website. And it's very easy. You can get a 90-day multiple entry visa. You can get a six-month multiple entry visa, and you'll get 60 days on arrival when you land, and then you can extend it here at immigration for a further 30 days.
If the 90-day on arrival comes in the next couple of weeks, he'd be fine just doing the
and hopefully that does come in. But as of right this second, that would be one of your best options. Yeah.
Les Brown, still haven't found a clinic to groom and board my parrot.
There is a clinic here, Les, and it is on Sukhumvit Road, down by Bangkok Hospital there by the tunnel, and it says Pet Hospital, big blue letters. You can't miss it.
You are just a wealth of knowledge.
I drive around quite a lot for this YouTube channel.
I've never noticed that.
But yes, there is a pet hospital here. Les, go check it out. It's called Pet Hospital. That's the name of it. So you can go on Google Pet Hospital Pattaya, and it will come up with the hospital.
Yep, of your pets.
Yeah.
Lost Boy, Al DeCisi. Every man lives 2 lives: his first life, and then the life after he realizes that he's not going to live forever. Live every day. Black Ops. Oh, I didn't know it was Darlene last night. I would have stopped and chatted.
Yeah, she said hi to you. So Al, yeah, she saw you out by the pool.
Les Brown, please clarify your schedule for live chat. I live in the U.S. Eastern Standard Time.
And our schedule for live chat is we do it at +7 hours GMT, and we do it at 7 o'clock in the morning on Thai time every Wednesday, and then at 8 p.m. every Saturday with me and Darlene, my wife. We're on at 8 p.m., which is +7 GMT time. So
EST then, Les, it would be 7 o'clock in the morning on Wednesdays, which is today. And then it'll be 8 o'clock your evening time on Saturday nights. So those are the 2 schedules, because there's 12-hour difference now. Or sorry, 8 o'clock in the morning.
So if we're doing 7 at night, 7 in the morning here, that would be 7 at night here. Tuesday night for him.
Yep.
And then it would be
Saturday morning for him at 8 o'clock in the morning.
8 o'clock in the morning, Saturday.
12-hour difference.
Yep. And thank you for joining us. Hope you can join us many more times.
Edwin CV, I'm not leaving the Philippines. I'm going to move there next year.
Okay, well, you will.
Okay, well done. Good luck.
Good luck to you. Yeah. We wish you the best. And we hope you enjoy it. The Filipinos are great people. It's going to lack that infrastructure. If that's something that you're okay with, then you're going to love it there. But if it's something that you're not okay with, it's only a 3-hour flight here to Thailand.
One thing, Edwin, everyone should do their own research. So you're doing that, which is good. I compliment you on that. At least though, when you're there is alternatives. So, be happy when you're there and make the best of it. And then if you decide after a while that, hey, there's maybe other places to look at, definitely put Thailand on the list.
Yeah.
Mike Baker, 2 is 1, 1 is none. Must be military or Canadian thinking.
I like that comment.
Ricardo Crosby, hello, guys. Good day to all.
And good day to you, Ricardo. Thank you for joining us.
Jack Bree, Benda Motorcycles, Rayong. Okay.
Oh, there you go. Thank you for that, Jay. Jack Bree, really appreciate it. W, there you go. He's done the research for me, and they sell them in Rayong. So Rayong is not very far from where we live right now. It's
never heard of that band.
Yeah,
that brand. Les Brown, do you really think a high-end owner in the Copa or similar would take the second bed out of a 2-bedroom?
Yeah, if you're going to be doing a long stay there, Les, you'll find that people will work with you. The condos here do have storage rooms. For example, we bought our own sofa. The sofa you can see right here behind me, the brown one, is a lazy boy. Before we bought it, I asked the agent, and they were more than happy to take the sofa that was here and put it in the storage room so we could have our own sofa here. The reason I bought that is not because I'm posh or anything. It's just I had a bad accident and I damaged my neck, the C6 section of my neck. And I needed that extra neck support that I didn't have because the sofa was too low. And once I explained it to them, they were more than happy. They took the sofa out, and I was able to get my own sofa here.
And it's a real lazy brand, you know.
And it's made here in Bangkok, which is absolutely
decent price on it. And you've got a Sealy Posturepedic mattress you bought.
Yeah.
They moved the other one out of here. So, there's cases that...
they will work with you.
You'll have to check, see if they have a storage there, but I don't see why they wouldn't.
Yeah, most condo buildings do have a storage area.
Roy Gold, bot buses have been in Hua Hin for at least a few years, about 4 different routes, and the routes can be found on Google Maps.
Well, okay, nice to know. Thank you for the update. I'll go back and speak to my subscriber. They told me that there's not any there that's moved to Jomtien.
Derek C. returned to Thailand mid-February. Little trip to Cambodia and Vietnam, then back to Thailand until mid to late April. Still debating Bangkok, Jomtien to move. Hoping to meet up for a coffee.
And you're more than it'd be absolutely excellent. I like to meet up with all our subscribers. What we do now is, well, in the beginning of our channel, it was very easy to meet up with the subscribers for coffee or lunch or something like that. Now it's gotten incredibly difficult as the channel has grown, and we're almost at 6,500 subscribers here. I'll get several hundred emails over the course of a month saying, "Hey Cooper, can we meet up? I'm here for 2-3 days for a coffee," and I have to reply, "I'm sorry, I can't do it on that short notice." But what we've done to rectify that, Derek, is we have a meet and greet every single month, and while you're here, it'd be great for you to come and join us. And you can not only meet myself, Darlene, and Mr. Brooke Schneider here, but you'll meet a lot of other members of the community that are enjoying their retirement or here on vacation.
In Coopersville. As far as Bangkok, Jomtien, I'm from small town Stratford, Ontario. 35,000 population. The Canadian I met working here at the Index. Been here 14 years. He originally was in Bangkok for like 9 years. He loved Bangkok. He was from Toronto, Canada. Toronto, Canada is the biggest city. So Bangkok is huge. To me, it's too big. But boy, the transportation, they got the elevated trains. They work slick. They're on time. It's fantastic. So, Bangkok, if you're a big city guy looking for all those things, Bangkok's got it. But I was more looking for the small town, and Jomtien's perfect for me. Yeah,
and then they got the big coaches that are like Greyhound in the West, except they're better, nicer, modern toilets in them and everything else. And you did the coach from here to Bangkok
several times for 131 baht, so like $4.
$4 for a 2-hour ride,
and it's an aircon bus. It's got drapes in the windows if the sun's coming in, and it was slick.
Yeah, so it's very near.
Derek C. Like Brooke, I will be moving from Canada.
Well, we got another Canuck.
We need some more Canucks over here. Yeah, now there's a few.
There's a few now.
Al DeCisi, hey Brooke, we're all waiting for the much anticipated bull run. When do you believe it will happen after being patient for 2 long years? Well, sooner than later, Al. Now we got Bitcoin playing on the TV in the background. It's over 38,000 now. Greed index at 72, so it's on its way. I think you stay tuned for the next 30 days, 60 days max. I think you're going to see it, skyrocket.
I do. I would say
started yesterday.
I would say sometime January, February. I think that's when it's going to.
Well,
happen.
The miners jumped big time yesterday, 10-12%.
And then Bitcoin went up to 38,400.
Yeah,
I saw. So
there it is. It's over 38.
And it's right now currently, I've got it on my TV.
Yeah.
38
050.
050. So yeah, it's up $850 on today, 2.28%. Doing well.
JD Shemp, I was living in Pattaya for a year, going to Cambodia. Never been there.
No, I've never been to Cambodia either. I've been to Laos, as you know.
Yeah, don't go to Laos.
Don't go to Laos. But yeah, I've never been to Cambodia. But I hear it's
like to check it out.
Yeah, it's a good country like Vietnam.
Roy Goad, infrastructure is very good in Malaysia. Yes, I've heard that. Most parts of Indonesia too, in my experience.
Yeah, it is, but it's a lot more expensive over there.
Is it? Okay.
We're doing a cruise ship for the honeymoon, and we're going to be want to stay one night in Malaysia because my wife really wants to go to Universal Studios. And when we were looking at the hotel prices, it was like blowing me my mind away. I was like, ouch, that's going to hurt the budget a bit. But it's a one in a lifetime, so we're going to go ahead and do it.
Scott Richmond, hello all. When I travel to Thailand early next year, will the low season have the highest humidity?
No, the highest humidity is actually in high season, and that is the month of March and April. And that's when the humidity's through the roof, and that's why they have Songkran and the water festival. Everybody's getting wet because it's hot out here. Right now is the lowest humidity.
Yes.
We're in the end of November, and the humidity is very, very low.
We got here at the end of March, and so April, and it was humid.
It was.
But boy, that Songkran, when the water hit you, actually felt good.
Oh, it felt fantastic. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it this year.
Now
as well.
The humidity is kind of like Florida, back home in the summer. It's beautiful.
I agree.
Derek C. Okay, sounds great. I'll be in Jomtien Beach for at least 2 weeks.
It'd be fantastic to meet you. Hopefully you come to the meet and greet.
TJ, Mr. Magoo, Forbes article that recently came out said Hua Hin is ranked number 3 best place to retire in Asia.
Yeah, and I saw that article. It is. And one of the reasons behind it is Hua Hin is actually a lot less crowded.
Okay.
Yeah, and a bit more spread out, diverse. So expats really like that sort of thing out there. And it's got beautiful beaches. It really does. It ticks all the boxes. But for me, we chose this side.
Yep.
Yeah.
Les Brown, will getting a VPN allow me to access anything on internet?
Yes, it will. We have a VPN that we use, and I can use that to watch my Netflix and choose which country I want to watch it in, be it England, Canada, America, Australia, New Zealand, any of the English-speaking ones, of course. And it works great, the VPN.
Yep.
So I can use it for that, and I can use it for streaming and so forth. And it also protects my bank information when I log on to my internet banking.
Yeah. Stephen Gale, hi Cooper, hope all is well. If the Philippines had accepted your disability benefit, do you think you would have stayed? Or would Thailand have eventually seduced you?
No, I wouldn't have stayed. And here's the thing, Stefan. That was one thing initially that pissed me off about the Philippines. I've got to be honest. When I arrived in the Philippines, I had to go to the PRA, and the PRA stands for the Philippine Retirement Authority. When I went to the PRA, 2 things happened. The first one was the funniest thing. They said to me, a lot of our members, retirees, have left the Philippines for Thailand. Can you tell me why? Well, I said at the time, I have absolutely no idea why, but then I hadn't lived in the Philippines. And they said, yeah, a lot of ours left when COVID hit, and they all went to Thailand. And I didn't know that. And the next thing they said to me is, I told them that I wanted the visa for pensioners and that I was on disability benefit. and disability benefit for life. And they said they would look into it. But when they came back to me, they said, no, we don't accept disability. It doesn't say pension. I said, but disability is for life. You never lose it. You keep it forever. And they said, nope, we don't accept it. If it doesn't say the word pension, we don't accept it. So I had to pay $20,000 for my retirement visa in the Philippines. I canceled that retirement visa 3 months ago, Brooke. I'm still waiting to get that $20,000
So
back.
it was a deposit. You put it in there, and then you get the money back if you decide you're.
Here's the thing: they hold it in their bank account. You have to give it to the PRA. Okay, in US dollars. I had to give them $20,000 because my disability didn't say the word pension.
Yes, yes.
And to me, that was discrimination. Why am I being discriminated against? Because I can't work anymore because I've got a medical condition from an accident I had at work. And therefore, I'll be on disability for life instead of a pension. Why are you discriminating me for it? And that really, really hurt me and upset me about the Philippines. I thought they were more advanced than that, and they would be like, okay, you have proof of income. Fine. We can see it's for life. Can you get a letter from the disability or something like that to show us? Which I did have, and they never asked for it. They wouldn't even accept it, wouldn't even look at it or entertain it. And that made me very angry with the Philippines. However, to answer your question, Stefan, no, I would have still left, even if they did accept it and I didn't have to pay the $20,000. I would have still left because the infrastructure was not there, the electricity going out, the internet going out. I couldn't get the medication that I wanted at times. I couldn't get my diabetic sensor, waiting 6 hours, 4 to 6 hours to see a doctor. All that stuff and the lack of food options was enough for me to say, this ain't for me. Other people, they'll be okay with it. Maybe they're healthy people and they don't need medication, so it's not a big issue for them. For me, it was a huge issue. Other people may say, hey, I'm out here. What do I need the internet for? I got friends. I got a community. I'm happy. Okay, that can be great for you. But at the end of the day, it wasn't great for me or Brooke. And we left. And I've met so many people that have come to Thailand from the Philippines, and they just said, it's so much better here. Everything works. There's so much food choice. The transportation network is second to none, and the medical facilities are through the roof. So, and they're able to get their medication here a lot of the time without a prescription, and it's available over the counter, and they don't have a problem getting it. It just ticks all the boxes there, Stefan. And like I said, I canceled my retirement visa 3 months ago. It took 2 months just for the Bureau of Immigration to say, yes, okay, we cancel your retirement visa. You have to fill out paperwork, send it in. And it took 2 months for them to approve the cancellation. And now the PRA has had that approval for over a month, and they still haven't issued the money back to me. Why are they holding the approval and still not sent the money to me, Brooke? It's been over a month.
Interest rates are high.
It's $20,000
interest on your money.
Yeah, they are making interest on it. They're not paying it back.
My first impressions were in a taxi driving from Manila Airport to General Trias. 2 things jumped out immediately to me. First and foremost was the traffic.
Yeah.
It was, when you know stoplights or yield signs and you see these guys at intersections bobbing and weaving, holy Jesus. So that was the first thing. The second thing, and again, coming from the West, again, time in Florida every year, Stratford, small town, I left a very environmentally friendly locations, both and clean. And, I noticed in the Philippines quite quickly, there was a lot of trash everywhere, and I thought to myself, well, that's odd that, they don't look after their environment. To me, it's common sense. They live here, and unfortunately that in both cases was reinforced the longer I stayed there.
Yeah.
And Thailand, totally different. Things work well in transportation, and it's a very clean country. I mean, they're clean freaks here, if anything. The streets are clean. You don't see trash laying everywhere.
Yeah.
There's garbage cans at the malls. Good luck trying to find one in the Philippine mall.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And here's another thing, Stefan. When you do your Philippine retirement visa, They keep the money. Okay. They hold it in their bank account. When you do your Thailand retirement visa, you keep the money, you hold it in your bank account. So if you want to leave Thailand, you take the money with you. You don't have to go through red tape to get the money back and wait God knows how long to get your money back. Here in Thailand, it's in your bank. You could take it with you and you're 100% in control of it. In the Philippines, they control it. And that is a huge red flag for me right there.
So Pepper Company. Hello, everyone. Glad to see you. Late, but here. Ready to be there at end of April 24. Can't wait.
And it'd be great to meet you. I've spoken to you many times and even spoke to you on the phone. And we're looking forward to meeting you and welcome you into, as Brooke likes to call it, Coopersville.
JD Shemp. I missed my Sirius XM radio. Used the VPN with success. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Good to know. Les Brown, do I have to run to customs every time I order from abroad?
It all depends what it is, Les. A lot of the time, I mean, we order quite a lot from Lazada, my wife and your wife do, and also Shein. And we've never had a single issue with customs on any of it. I just ordered a new case for my drone, and it came through. Again, no problems. If you're ordering something that they don't normally sell in Thailand, it might have to go through customs. A friend of ours, James, he bought salt away, which is a product that you use on jet skis and boats to get the desalt them from being in the ocean so they don't rust. And he had to go to the local customs here and pick it up from them and explain what it was. And they were like, okay, no problem. But he only had that problem the one time. He's ordered more salt away and he's not had that problem again. They've automatically said, yeah, we know what this is. We've dealt with them. And it's not an issue. So there you go, Les.
Mark Schaefer. So you both use IBKR for BTC broker. Not familiar with them. I have an IRA account with Interactive Brokers that is just sitting there. I need to get crypto trading permissions. IBK, I have one account, so does Coop. Coop uses his. I use my TD because my banks are listed, and I just have it sitting there. But as far as Coop's issue, it did look like there was crypto trading, and he could have bought Bitcoin, but we couldn't get that permissions or approvals put on for some reason.
Yeah.
So, you use the proxy bot MicroStrategy.
Yeah. And I think it's absolutely fantastic because it goes with Bitcoin. When it goes up, and so forth. Yeah. So, and Michael Saylor, who owns MicroStrategies, he's got over 150,000 Bitcoin, and that's what you're buying shares in. So 100 shares of MicroStrategy is equal to like 1.2, 1.25 Bitcoin.
Yep. Yeah. Lost Boy, Coop, that 20,000 is the corruption everyone is talking about. They probably are collecting interest on right now. Well, yeah.
And you're probably right. It's a lot of people are screaming out about it that, hey, I got a lot of friends that I served with in the United States Army, and they're disabled veterans. But they will not accept it because it says disabled. They won't, unless it says the word pension, they won't accept it. So if you're defending your country and you're going out and fighting the Taliban in either Iraq or Afghanistan, you get injured and the doctor says, okay, your career is over with, you're never going to work, but here you go, we're giving you disability for life. You still have to pay that 20,000. And it's a damn shame that they do it. And it's got a lot of people's backup. Here in Thailand, they don't care where you've got your income from, as long as you got an income. It doesn't have to say pension. You can have it from stocks. You can have it from bonds. You can have it from renting a house from overseas. You can have it from disability. They don't discriminate. You can have it from any source of income, providing you can show that income. There's not an issue here in Thailand. And thank you to the 102 people that are online watching us right now. Please hit the thumbs up. It'd be really appreciated.
I think what I've seen is, for some reason, Philippines is almost wanting to make it hard to retire there. The mentality in Thailand is totally the opposite. They're progressive in the fact they realize, hey, tourism is great. Having retirees here with money is great. And, look at the economy, it shows it. So, much more friendlier here, I'd say. to the expats. Les Brown, do they still accept part income and balance in the bank or for O or OA visa?
Yes, they
They
do.
do, yeah.
And for the O visa, you get that one here in Thailand. The OA, you get it from outside Thailand. Do the O, it's much easier inside Thailand and virtually no red tape at all. And they will accept it. But
what we're on, the O?
we're on the O. We're
Yeah.
on the non-O,
That was
it's
easy.
called. And it's very, very easy. Not a problem. And you can have part money in the bank and income, or you could have all income. You can mix it up, providing that you meet that 800,000 a year. Whether it's 400,000 in the bank or 400,000 in income, they're fine with that. Or 800,000 in the bank and no proof of income, they're more than happy with that as well. So it works both ways. And I can't say more on YouTube because YouTube won't like it. But Les, if you get a chance, go to our Facebook group where it's discussed in depth on how to do it in the easiest way here.
You remember that commercial? That was easy.
Yeah.
We need to get one of those buttons, the red buttons. That was easy.
Yeah.
Do they accept annuity income? Yes.
Yes, they do.
Bean picking, how do you find leasehold land, 30-year lease? I've seen so many videos saying you can do it, but know how.
Yes, you can do it. And the people that do it for you are the agents. Okay, get involved with a realtor here,
Good
or
lawyer.
a state agent, as they call them in England, and a good lawyer as well. And you can lease the land for 30 years and build a house on it. And many people have done it.
Les Brown, if I get an O visa in the U.S., do I still have to put money in the Thai bank for retirement visa?
You can't get an O visa in the U.S. You get what's called an OA, and yes, you have to show proof of income to get the OA in your respective country. You have to do a police background check. You have to do the medical insurance and all that red tape. There's a lot of red tape involved. When you do it here in Thailand, all that red tape's gone. You don't have to get a police check. You don't have to have medical insurance, and the agents handle everything for you,
which is nice.
Yeah.
No headaches, no hassle.
Yeah,
my advice: use an agent.
And again, Les, get on to our Facebook group.
Yeah.
I can't tell you any more on here, as YouTube will not be happy if I put it out. So there is a workaround. That's as far as I will say. And in our Facebook group, we explain how to do it. It makes it a lot easier.
Les Brown again. I know I have to get insurance, but plan to anyway. So which is the better visa?
The O.
Oh, when you're
the non-O. Do it here in country.
Yep. James Garner, arriving 12/11 for a 3-week retirement location search to identify where I want to live full-time starting in April. Well, you're going to be impressed, James.
Yeah, you are really going to love it. And make sure you reach out to us so we can get you an invite to our meet and greet. You'll thoroughly enjoy it, I promise. And the last comment.
Les Brown, if I ship some boxes to Thailand, how does customs handle that?
As long as it's not new, you're not going to pay any excise on it. Okay. Anything more than a year old, they consider secondhand. Okay. If it's less than a year old, you're going to pay excise duty on it. If it's more than a year old, you're not. The only downside to shipping over here is vehicles or motorbikes, because then you're going to get hit with a 300% import tax. Okay, because Thailand wants to keep all the motorbikes and cars here made in Thailand.
And they're cheap enough to
buy
it here if you're...
That is an absolute plus. They said years ago to a lot of these car companies that wanted to sell their cars in Thailand, you want to sell your cars in Thailand, build them here in Thailand. Yeah. Make your factory here, employ Thais. We will build the cars for you here, and you can sell them here in our economy, which is absolutely fantastic. What's it do? It makes Thailand great. You know, it gets more jobs to the economy. Like I said, I've just bought a Lazy Boy sofa factory here in Thailand. I didn't have to ship it from the United States, buy it in the States, and pay colossal fees for shipping. I was able to buy it here in Thailand, made in Thailand.
And your Sealy Posturepedic was made here.
Then the Sealy Posturepedic was made
and
here.
your Toyota truck was built here.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe, guys, just so you know, the price of the trucks here are half the West.
Less than half.
Less than half for the same truck. There's got to be a subsidy or whatever thing, or we're just paying way too much in the West. The car prices, Toyota and, other Subaru, I'm familiar, Honda, they're a little less, but not like the trucks. If I get a vehicle, it'll be a truck for sure because great value.
$30,000 for a brand new 4x4 truck.
Or less.
Yeah, or less if you want a 2x4.
Yeah.
And fantastic.
Yeah.
For that same model, one of my subscribers from Australia said it's almost $70,000. It's like $68,000 Australian for the exact same model truck. And I made a video when I purchased the truck on my YouTube channel. You guys are welcome to go back and watch. And in there, I show the purchase price and everything and what they gave us: a year's free insurance, 11 free services, windows tinted, the wind deflectors on the windows, all of that included, and the mats and everything else included in the price. 11 free services, Brooke. In the West, when I bought a car, I was lucky to get 1 or 2 free services out of them. We got 11 for buying the vehicle here, and it's less than half price as it is in the West.
I chuckle at you quite often.
But go ahead.
Coop said the statement one time, geez, and I looked at the service floor, Brooke, you could eat off that.
It was
and it's true, like they're clean freaks.
Spotless.
Here. Yeah.
Thailand has got to be one of the cleanest places I've ever lived in the world.
Yep.
It really is. Really is. They take such pride. In the morning when I go for the walks on the beach, Brooke, I always see them out there raking the beach.
Sweeping the
beach.
Sweeping the sand.
Getting up any trash in there. They're doing it at 5 o'clock in the mornings, cleaning the beach for the people that are going to be coming out to the beach that day. And it's fantastic.
It's great for the country.
It is.
Yeah. That's mentality. That's just typical mentality in Thailand.
Yeah. It's very, very clean country. They're very proud of their country, the Thais.
Derek C., are you saying I can just come over and get my retirement visa in country while I'm on vacation?
Yes, you can. Absolutely. That's how we did it. And we are speaking from experience, Derek. Brooke and I came over here on a 30-day visa on arrival. Before that 30-day visa on arrival was expired, we had our passport and our retirement visa in hand.
Yep.
So absolutely great. You do it here, you'll get an initial 90 days that they give you, and then a year's visa on top of that. So you actually get a total of 15 months on the first retirement visa. We paid roughly $1,000, $1,200 thereabouts for the visa, the multiple entry visa, and the Thai bank account,
driver's licenses, everything. Got the whole 9 yards done.
And that's it. That's all we paid. And we got a 15-month visa. To renew it, it's only like $450 to renew it
for the year.
It's only the initial one, setting up your details in the computer system and all that they have to do. After that, it's just a case of renewing it, and it's half price. So you're looking at $450 to renew your Thai retirement visa, and you get it for 12 months.
Retiree
every year after. So very, very retiree friendly, and it's extremely easy, Derek, to do. And I would love to say this on YouTube. I really would, but I can't. So go to our Facebook group if you're not already on there, and look at the discussion on everybody that's done their retirement visas and how easy it was and actually what was required. And you're going to be pleasantly surprised. I promise you that, but that's as much as I can say.
JD Shemp, 3/4 ton in USA, now 100,000 US dollars.
3/4 ton for a pickup truck. Yeah. 100,000. And I paid 30,000 for mine. So 70% savings.
Yeah. And you've got top of the line.
And it's top of the line.
I don't need top of the line.
Top of the line. And the only reason I got the top of the line is because we have a jet ski. So I wanted to put a tow bar on there. We can take the jet ski out to the lakes and stuff like that and not just use it here in the ocean. Yeah.
And you own Bitcoin. So there you go. You'll be okay. Jack Bree. Yes, Derek. He's referring to the visa.
Yeah. And he is absolutely right. You can do that all here in Thailand.
Derek C., I will get schooled by you boys while I'm in Jomtien in March. Yes,
and you will love what we have to tell you.
JD Shemp, in Cambodia, I paid $49 US for 30-day and $2.99 for the year. no 90-day report, no bank account, no driver's license for 125cc and below. Oh, that's interesting. Cambodia.
For motorbikes, yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah, so you paid $49 for a 30-day visa and $299
if we take a trip there, we'll probably
for the year
have to pay that, I guess.
Yeah, $300 and no 90-day report, no bank account, no driver's license. That's a good deal. And we are at 2 hours and 6 minutes. That is the end of the chat messages here. So we are going to wrap up for today. Thank you all so much for joining Mr. Schneider and myself on the channel. It is really appreciated. And like we say on our channel, everything we do here is for free. You're more than welcome to email us. We'll definitely get back in touch with you. You can join the Facebook group down there. Again, that's free too. We don't charge a single penny. People have asked me for a consultation to talk to them and help alleviate their fears. I've done that. And again, I don't charge a single penny for it. Many YouTubers out there will charge you anywhere from $300 to $3,000 for a consultation. We charge absolutely nothing. We're not here to make any money. Why are we doing this? We're trying to help retirees come out here and enjoy their retirement and make friends. That's it. It's a hobby for us. It's not an income. And we're absolutely thrilled for each and every one of you that have come onto our channel. We're almost at 6,500 subscribers. The channel's going through the roof. And thank you all so much. God bless you all. We really appreciate all of you coming on here and helping our channel be the success that it is today. And we're just going to say our goodbyes to you, gentlemen.
Come on over to Coopersville.
BB Dodge says, thank you, gentlemen. And thank you, BB, for subbing today. Really appreciated it. And Lost Boy says, thanks, guys. Thank you, Lost Boy. Ben Pickens says, thank you guys so much for the info. And you're all welcome. God bless you all. Chuck Pete says, good night, guys and gals. Good night, Chuck. Take it easy. And good night, Cooper and Brooke. And thank you for that. And Mike Baker, Derek C., that's how I'm getting my visa in January. So there you go. Until next live stream, take care and enjoy the videos that we have coming out later on this week. We cut down our videos from 7 videos now that we're doing 3 videos a week and 2 live streams to give us a little bit more time to spend with you all when you come out here, as we have a lot of requests. And we're trying to meet as many requests as possible. So we're cutting down the amount of YouTube videos that we're making, but you're still getting 5 a week out of us, just so we can give more back to the community that you guys have given to us by subscribing to our channel to show you our appreciation. Until next time, from Brooke and Cooper, take care and stay tuned.
Stay tuned.